Alright, what's up, Gaming Compute? We are here with another Shopify store audit. Um, let's see. I have a set of emails I need to go through. Well, that I have already gone through, but I thought, that would be something important for content because it is kind of relevant. Um, so let me see. I'm gonna go into the emails that I got. So this is a string of emails going from June 10 through June 15. So I got a message on June 10 saying, "Do you ship to USA?" And I mean, this is a message. I'm reading messages from other store owners. This isn't a customer. This is a store owner trying to reach out to me. So I said, let's see. I said yes. All shipping is in the U.S. Thanks. And this whole conversation is kind of about their shipping. We'll get more into what they say, and we'll talk about their website. They said, thanks for. So let me see. I responded to their message from the 10th, which was a Tuesday, on Friday the 13th. That doesn't sound right. Well, I guess it was either Thursday or Friday. So it's Friday the 13th, so I guess it was Friday. Saturday they said, thanks for your response. How long does it take to ship? And then they said to ship from my state, and I'm in California. And I said I'm in California, and they were wondering what I used to ship, and I said usual USPS. I was kind of recommending that they use either USPS, UPS, or FedEx. And they gave me their store name, and they said, I basically told them that usually things get there on average about 3 days, but it could be like by the next day or within 2 days, depending if it's like weekends or holidays and things like that. But flat rate shipping, I think, is pretty standard. Like, I think the only times I really see it any different is maybe near Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, holiday season, maybe. But as long as you're not like right up on a holiday or weekend situation, I think usually it usually stays standard. I would say give it an extra 1 day at least. And I'm just talking like walk a package into the post office not at 5 p.m. Like you're at the register like Monday morning when it opens at like 9. You're usually not going to have a lot of problems if you're there early on a weekday and you're not next to a weekend. You're usually, or holiday, you're usually going to be fine. Like, I'd say it gets a little shakier when you're not using flat rate or one of their own packaging type of envelopes or boxes, but not really. Like with those sites, USPS, UPS, FedEx, with those types of sites, they tend to be pretty good unless it's like one of those times where either people are striking or there's some major thing going on, like holiday season or something like that. Usually all the other times of the year, it's usually going to be fine. I have not personally witnessed any major issues with it. So let's see. So I don't know how come this person can have a store. I don't know how long their shipping is taking, but we're gonna look at this because I didn't look at all the screenshots they sent me. They said, "Wow, very fast and impressive. How do you manage that? Also, I own a Shopify store. They gave me their Shopify store URL, and they said that I'm currently having issues with late deliveries, despite all the message I get from unknown people saying they are Shopify experts, but none of them can recommend a solution. That's the reason I was looking for Shopify store owners like me to ask directly how they've been dealing with these issues. I've only been running my store 3 months, though I've made great sales, made over 65K so far. So I don't know if that's profit. This is this other person talking, by the way. Maybe over 65K so far. But the only issue I'm having is with the late delivery. I've got 15 complaints from my customers giving bad reviews on my products, and I don't want it to affect my sales this month. Just wondering if you've been affected by this. I'd love to hear how you've handled it. Also, which shipping method are you using? So we're going to go over what's on their website after we look at the emails. I left them a lengthy email back. This was all happening, let me see, they sent that last night. I'm sending this morning. So we're now Sunday the 15th. Around 11 o'clock I start writing this email. It's lengthy, so hold on to your seats. I said, "Hi Samuel, I've checked out your website some. Yes, lately third party can be complicated for shipping, especially if they have different hours. For example, I am on the West Coast. If I have a third party who is shipping within 24 hours on business days on the East Coast, for example, New York, in my time zone, if someone purchased 2:05 p.m. on a Friday, technically I would still have time in person to get to the post office before the weekend. But if fulfillment is in a different time zone, my 2:05 is their 5:05 p.m. and their company or shipping sites might be closed until Monday morning. So what could have been fulfilled firsthand by myself same day on Friday will then take until Monday if I'm using a third-party site out of New York. Then that might be the time, then that might just be the time for the third-party company to verify and process. It might be hard to tell once they print the label and pack. When will they actually ship? I prefer to fulfill shipments firsthand by myself, or at least for the majority. It helps to have as much control as possible. I've learned that the more hands involved, the more little 24-hour waits will add up. 24 to 48-hour waits will add up. And that can be the difference between 1 day and sometimes up to 7 days. If you can do a lot of it yourself without automating, especially for higher ticket items, your reviews might improve. You can offer some type of discount for any customers who leave a valid bad review and let them have the chance to update with the second review to verify things got resolved. You may also need to check and see who is fulfilling your shipments. You'll want to know the times they shut down their last transactions. For example, if you use a simple post office, you want to know when the last packages can be sent. Sometimes if an office is open, they do not fully complete the entire process after a certain time. Then that means the very next morning, the first aspect of the shipping is being processed. You then want to know how long it takes to get to a transit center and which transit centers are ideal. if you live in a major city like I do and near ports, I have an easy time and variety of choices. If you notice all packages go through a local hub, you might just need to use that local hub as point A and start to directly ship out from the main point. It might save 1 to 2 days. Because basically, like, if I send something to like a specific post office or something, they're not just gonna deliver from that post office to somebody's house. Like, it's always going somewhere. Um, and it depends, how many different places it has to go through. Like, if you're noticing, oh, there's one that everything goes out of, I don't even know over here, but let's just say everything goes out of Long Beach for some reason. Then, I mean, if you know you're gonna have a bunch of stuff, just take one day to go to Long Beach, and if it takes 3 days for your package to get from your local, or 2 days to get from there to somewhere that you could just get to, if it's like, I'd say 15-20 minutes away, it might be worth your time just to drive over there. Because then it's like saving a day, saving 2 days. Yeah. Yes, shipping is often delayed, especially without using USPS, UPS, FedEx, and those types of sites. I'm not sure if you use third-party or automated types of shipping. I never fully put in their. I looked at their site, but I never fully put information on my what do you call it? What am I trying to say? I never fully finished the checkout process, so I don't know what their shipping looks like. I don't know what they're using. I guess if I were to put in all my information, I could technically check that out. I would recommend tracking your last 15 orders and see where or when you shipped, and basically just tracking trends is what I was telling you to do. And then also being careful of holiday times or graduation seasons, various seasons, holidays, travel times, things like that. Sometimes people want something for a certain time period. Like, for example, I once ordered snowboard boots a long time ago to go on this trip. It was years and years ago. And I remember, like, I booked the hotel for like a few days, maybe let's call it 3-4 days maybe. And I'm like, the shipment was supposed to get there the day before. It didn't arrive the day before, so it said next day, and I was hoping, okay, it'll arrive because I'm leaving in the afternoon. And, lo and behold, I'm supposed to leave at like 2 p.m., let's say, and I look at my clock, my item still isn't there. I look at the map tracking kind of like where it is, and it's changed, and I'm like, well, I have to wait like 1 or 2 extra hours to see if it actually gets to me, because it was more worth it for me to wait and leave later than it would have been for me to have to go and like rent boots somewhere else and like do all that. It's like, I might as well just wait, because I already spent the money. I could spend the time. But if it would have been the next day, it's like, okay, what am I gonna do now? Like, cancel the order because they arrived late, return them, wait to get a refund. What do you do? So people want their stuff on time. If it's a birthday, they're gonna want it on time. If it's graduation, they want it on time. Mother's Day, Father's Day, you know, even if the people you're giving a gift to don't really care what day it's on, you usually are gonna prefer, if you're the one paying for it, you want it on time. And it's not like you're usually getting a refund if it's late to you. So people are gonna get more and more mad if they're buying stuff, and you have to pay attention if you have like a niche to where people can if people have if people have a, I don't know, like it just depends. Like certain stuff, you're gonna get certain sales at certain times, more likely. Um, so you have to just know. But alright, let's look at this dude's store. Where you at? Let me pull up his store. I'm gonna look at his reviews. So he sent me in an email. He sent me reviews. Very beautiful site. I think he did very well on this. I'm assuming Samuel's a man's name. I don't know, but I guess it doesn't really make a difference. Website is a website. So let's see. I'm also gonna look him up on Uber Suggest. Okay. So let's see if that will process. So it can take up to 10 minutes to crawl. So while it's crawling, let's see if we can look at the messages that the guy sent. Sorry, I have too many browsers open. Alright, so he sent a screenshot of a picture of 2 examples of bad reviews. I can read them. It says he has 2 reviews. At this time, it's 2 days ago. One person put 1 star. This person's name was Christopher A. It says, I ordered a game controller for an online tournament, and it arrived a week late. Okay, that's long. A week is long. Even though I paid for express shipping. I had to borrow a worn out pad from a friend and ended up losing. Never ordering here again. Wow, so that's exactly like I said. You know, time constraints. Like, you don't know why someone's ordering from you, but you should almost always assume this is a time sensitive gift. Nobody's gonna leave a note for you and say, oh, I need this at leisure, just so long as it gets to me. Don't worry. Like, nobody's gonna leave you an initial message saying that when they buy something. One of the factors people consider, other than the price and the quality, is going to be the time that they're going to get it. Like, sometimes you're willing to pay more money if you can get it faster. This person ordered it express. Not only did they get it late, but it was a week late. I mean, it would be one thing even if it was a day late, but if you order express, you pay a lot of extra money. I think the last time I shipped something to the East Coast for a friend, I don't remember, I think end of last year, near November, and I think the shipping was near $60 to get it there ASAP. I think it was, yeah, and it was a box. It wasn't a huge box, but it was a box, maybe like a foot cubed or so. I don't know how big it was, but about maybe 12 inches on all sides or so, max. I think it was less than that. But yeah, it arrived on time. Well, it actually arrived late to some, well, it arrived on time, but to some random, like, center within his area, and then he ended up having to go pick it up from the shipping center, because he was somewhere where his zip code had changed in some state, and they had just divided the zip codes, and so the package was getting held up there. But he was able, because he had a car, he was able to just go easily get it. But he didn't get it to his door. He had to go get it himself. So there was that, because I got a notification saying something about check the address. It's getting routed back to me, and I was like, wait, I don't want it back to me. I want it to get to him, because it needed to be there at a certain time. And so he was paying for it but I was shipping it from here. But he paid for all of it, so I was like, I don't want to waste his money too because he just paid for it. It's like shoot. And then it's like if it would have come to me, I would have had to wait for it and then ship it back again, and then he'd probably have to send the money again or whatever. It's like that's a lot of money, you know. While he was probably waiting for the refund because I doubt it would be a same day refund. Let me see this next review. He only listed 2 of the reviews. Samson F. Gave it 2 stars. It says gadget seems fine, but it took almost a month to arrive. Whoa. What's the point of ordering from a fast online store if delivery is slower than overseas? Yeah. So let me see. I don't know. We gotta dig into this dude's store because I don't know what. Okay, let me see what I can do about this cart. Let me see if I can put checkout. I'm not gonna really do it, but this is for a $15 item, a 3D anime motion nightlight. And it specifically listed that it could be something like a manga birthday gift. So yeah, again, 1 week late for express is ridiculous. What did the other one say? A month? A month late? What did it say? Yeah, almost a month late. Yeah, I've ordered stuff straight from China and it takes about a month, so sometimes it could take like 2 weeks sometimes, but it takes about a month usually. And if I paid full price for something, I would definitely want it to get there. If I was gonna pay like $3 for something that I paid like $40 for in the U.S. to try to get it in 3 days versus $3 from China and then wait 30 days, you know, sometimes you gotta figure, is it the time that's worth more to you or the money? For a lot of people, the time does matter. A week late is really late. Even next day is late, but a week late, I think, is way late. Okay, so for me, it says shipping is gonna be free. Well, I can't put in the information. I can't put in my information. Sorry. Because I have to put in my payment information first. Which I don't want to do. So where does it show the shopping? Well, I didn't put this in the email. I'm not going to email him again about this unless he asks. But I would say maybe you should put up front the information about the shopping. Because if I have to pay first to see what it's going to say. I mean, I'm pretty sure you get to choose, but I don't want to put my card information in some random person's website, even if it looks like a legit site. I don't need to go through the hassle. I don't want any problems on my end. Wow, it's still crawling the site. I don't know why it's taking this long. Well, I guess it's doing like a whole site audit. I didn't know it was going to take this long. It's crawled 48 pages. How many pages does this dude have? I better not be getting a virus. No, I didn't click on I didn't click on anything. It was just an email that I clicked. He put pictures in there. I read the pictures. I did not click them. He put a link in there. I did not click on the link. I just entered the link on my own. And it's a .shop site. And it is a Shopify store. So, it looks nice though. That's so sad. Let me see. I thought I saw something that had reviews. I'll see if this takes too long to load and I'm gonna reviews. Let me see the gamepad. If you're making $65,000, 15 bad reviews, open for 3 months. That's Man, that's pretty good money. Now we don't know if that's profit, but let's just say even if he's not even getting the whole amount, um, that means per month 21,000. Um, I mean, even if he's taking home like a fourth of that, that's still over 5,000 a month. That's like 5,400 a month if he's only taking a quarter of that. So that's still really good money. Um, Wait, is that per month or per? I think it's per month. Um, which would still be like 64.8 if you were talking like salary before taxes or whatever. That's not bad money. Website looks spectacular. I'm a little curious why they didn't go .com, but I have heard a lot about people using .shop these days. I don't know. I never looked in to see how valid it is that people are using .shop a little more often. I heard about it. I've been seeing it. I don't know what the difference is. Let me see if I can view if there's a gamepad. The items on here are not very highly priced. He's got, let me see. It's basically gaming, anime type of stuff, manga. There's a wall light painting, like an LED painting for now $40.20. It's gone down about $10. X55 for $100. It says from $100. So I don't know if he's selling used. I don't know. It says from $100. Let's see. Maybe he's selling used stuff too. So it's got a black one. Okay, I'm pretty sure these are drop shipped. I mean, photo wise, some of this stuff looks drop shipped. It doesn't look. Yeah, because he doesn't have any personal pictures. I mean, also it's an online store, but got a bunch of 5-star reviews on this one though. You can buy it. I received mine on time. Perfect device. I love it. People are saying it's in good condition. And these are 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, 1 month ago. And these are all verified purchases. And I'm just reading some of them. Yeah, you got a bunch of 5-star reviews on this one. Even with only like Alibaba looking stock pictures. Let's see. Some of these look like personal pictures. The one for the 3D motion light. Got a 4-star review on this one. Just one 4-star review. I'd like to tally all this up and see if he's really making that much money. Let's see. 6 months. Well, if you only go by reviews only, because not everybody's going to review you. All this person put was top. And they gave a 4. So I don't know what that means for a $15 item. Let me see. The other items were how much? 100. And they got 6 reviews out of 100. So we're at 615. Let's see. If I click on the one that was about $40, he got 5 reviews, 4 stars average. Now it says it's $45 instead of 40. Okay, but these are kind of more personal pictures. It looks like open box. Yeah, open box, like personal pictures. So this, he might actually have these on hand. But then there's some of the stock pictures with kanji. It's got some katakana. I think this is Chinese though. This isn't Japanese. So it's got a bunch of... maybe it's a... This is Chinese. This is in Chinese, a Chinese language. This isn't Japanese. Let's see. Ooh, so it's got 5 reviews, 4-star average, but of the 5 reviews, one of them is a 1-star, one of them is a 4-star, 3 of them are 5 stars. He doesn't have that many items, so all of these are in Spanish. Okay, so a 5-star in Spanish. I'm not even something about en perfecto estado. So perfect state. I don't know. Another 5-star in Spanish. I don't know, but they have pictures of what they received. One of them was in the dark. This next picture was on the desk, and they left some little hearts in the review. Ooh, now here's a 1-star review. Mi è arrivato non funzionante. I don't think that's Spanish. I think that's like, is that French or something? But I think that means it didn't arrive functioning. And there's a picture of it with a little bit of light in the corner, and that's compared to the other ones. There's tons of light in the background, and they're happy. This person is sad. It didn't work good, and the picture shows that it's not even working. A 5-star didn't have any wording, just the stars. And then a 4-star, it says there is a red light on when not on. So there's a red light on. They don't like that. And these are from 4 months ago, 6 months ago, 5 months ago, 5 months ago. Well, this guy said his store has only been running for 3 months. He did not say 5 or 6 months. So I don't know what he's saying, but maybe he's talking about in the last 3 months. All these other issues have happened, but let's see. If we have 5 reviews, this is about $40 each item. We're gonna add alright, so we got 815 just based on reviews. So we're seeing some not so good reviews. Does he only have 4 items? He's got a lot of items. I don't want to go through all the items. Some items are $450. He's got a game console, a $90 LED light thing, a bunch of LED light type anime things. There's a $33 one, $60 game machine. I don't even know what. It just looks like some kind of game machine. It's not specified what it is. It looks kind of like a Switch, but I don't think it's a Switch. It's got some other pictures of game pads in front of something that looks like a Switch, but it's not. That's not the actual. It says it's a screen. It's got a screen simulator. I don't know. There's another $25 anime light. $215 watch. So that's pretty much what they're selling, and then they have some kind of starter pack. So it looks like their store has been open for maybe like 6 months at least, according to some of these reviews. Let's see the most expensive item, this $450 thing. Does anybody buy it? There's no reviews, and the price looks like it dropped from $500 to $400. It looks expensive. It's all stock footage. People might not trust buying something that expensive when there's some bad reviews on here already. they might trust, let me see, this levitating moon lamp. 6 reviews on this $90 thing. So they're all stock pictures. Yeah, it's all stock. And got 5-star reviews on all 6. People are happy. They showed pictures of it. It looks exactly like it shows. It's just not as yellow. It's pretty bright white. A lot of reviews in other languages. So this person's selling to multiple countries, or at least to people who speak multiple languages. Let's see. Yeah. So people aren't really leaving a lot of reviews. There's like a few reviews per item. But some items are broken. Some items are late. Month late, week late. See, another 6. Okay, we got 6 5-stars here. 1, 2, 3, 4 are in Arabic with 5 stars. Something, I don't know what language is perfeito. Then produit bien, arrive, and avance. I don't even know what language that is really. Maybe French or something. I don't know. I don't know. These products look kind of cool if you're into this kind of stuff. It's kind of cool stuff. I can see why people would like it. And if it arrives fast, it's even better. The products are listed. They're all brand name. The products are listed. Some of them look like they're personal pictures. Very nice personal pictures on desks or tables. Some of them look like stock footage. The site has kind of like variations of colors of certain products and stuff, and it's all laid out with the like L118 and L87, and it shows like the different characters with the little lamps and things, the different anime characters and stuff. So it's a really cool site. Jeez, this took forever. So it says, we've crawled, I'm looking at Uber Suggest, we've crawled 62 pages on your site and laid out what you need to fix to maximize your traffic. Above you'll find your overall score and general metrics, and below you'll see a list of issues to fix and how fast your site loads. So I threw this website, this dude's website, into Auto Suggest. It says on-page SEO score is a 62. This is your overall SEO score for all open pages scanned in this site audit. It's a score 0. It's a 0 to 100 score. 0 being the lowest possible score. The score represents a combination of the ratio of issues found to the number of checks performed by the audit tools. Use this as your main guide to keeping track of your SEO over time. And then backlinks. It shows 4 backlinks. So he's not using a whole lot of backlinks. No, I don't want to access more. Okay. And these are from, first scene. It's April 19th of 2025. and then April 18th, May 5th, May 25th. So this dude's only had 4 backlinks. The sources, blinks.monster/domain, zhanhao.online-domain, leolinks.agency/increase, and newly regged domains.com or something. So this is where I'm guessing some of this stuff is. Let me see what some of these things are. What are these sites? So newly reg domain, so it's probably a domain registration. I don't know. Maybe you can look. I think you can check registered domains. I don't even know what this is. I've never seen this before. Interesting, but I don't know exactly what that is. This other one, let's see. leolinks.com. So increase Ahrefs domain rating. So increase your website's domain rating with our expert manual link building strategies at rankva.com. So they paid, it looks like they probably paid for either a WhatsApp or Telegram subscription with monthly guarantees ranging from about $50 to $1,000 or 30. So I don't know, there's a lot of different tiers. 30, 400. It looks like what they offer, something like 3-month refill guarantee, delivery time 10 days, guarantee spam free, focus keywords, before and after DR screenshot, guaranteed DR increase, DR is domain rating, and 2 contextual backlinks, PBN, and then pretty much those numbers listed per tier go up so that you're getting like maybe 6 contextual backlinks, or you're getting 20 contextual backlinks for the $1,000 package. I like to look at what other sites are doing because it helps you to see what people are using to push their websites. I'm not recommending any of this. I don't even know what these sites are. I've never used any of them, but at least of the ones I'm talking about right now. But sometimes if you're testing stuff out, this is one way to do it. This is how you kind of learn. You can use a tool to go back through other people's websites, especially if you're already talking to them, and just be like, oh, they're mentioning this. If you're a nerd like me, that's what you're gonna like to do on a Sunday morning. Get high quality backlinks. So I'm looking at this zhanhao.online/domain. It looks like they use this one on April 8th. I don't know if that's what that number is, but I think it says boost your website's authority, a comprehensive guide to DA and DR. So they're boosting their authority. They're doing a lot to boost their authority, and that is something that Uber Suggest does track as well. I'm not pitching Uber Suggest. I'm just talking about them because I use that as a tool to learn. I like to research competitors, or just, I don't know. To me, it's a good research tool to see what I'm doing, to see what other people are doing. As far as what they're doing, things change. We were taught a lot about backlinks. I think when I first started blogging, I used backlinks pretty often. I don't think I ever heard anybody back then talking too much about domain authority, but I learned a lot about that through Uber Suggest and Neil Patel's content. Um, I'm not going to read this whole entire website, but it's spelled ZHANHAO.online. And it looks like you can buy. I don't know if this is research or buying. To me, it looks like you can buy. Let me see. Let me see. It has all these website names. So I don't know what these website names are. If they're websites that you can make for your own shop, and then they're already set up or something to be high ranking. I don't really know. I don't want to click it. I don't know what it is. I don't know if these are like websites. These don't sound like they'd be good names. Nexttoops shop. Nexttoops.shop. I don't even know what these mean. There's just like hundreds of names in alphabetical order. Let me see. SpaceGet. Let's do SpaceGet.shop. What does that mean? Analyzing website improvement. Okay. And it links back to Fiverr. So I don't like this. I don't think this is. I shouldn't be clicking on stuff. I already know that I shouldn't, but I'm kind of curious. That's what that is. So he's putting backlinks through there, and then blinks.monster boost your website's authority. So the way he's getting so much traffic is he's using these website authority sites to get high DA backlinks. DADR, domain authority, domain rating. So he's improved that, and it's gotten him a lot of traffic. And so yeah. And then it says the new domains. So I think maybe I don't know. There were new domains from April 8th of 2025, and there's just these lists of new domains. So I don't understand what these lists are, because the names don't make any sense, but anyways. Alright. But yeah, domain authority is a 1, which I don't think that's good. So if he's paying for domain authority, domain authority ranging from 1 to 100, with higher scores corresponding to a greater ability to rank. So I don't know if he's paying for all that. It doesn't seem like it's working. I don't know, maybe it is working. Maybe it's not showing up, but it's working because those 4 backlinks do show up. I don't really know. That's weird. Let's see what else we can find. So his SEO is good. He's got some backlinks. Maybe those services are working. Something's getting him traffic. It says SEO issues discovered. 119. It has like a whole list, but basically it's saying it says 10 pages have a low word count, 3 pages with duplicate meta descriptions, 3 pages are blocked from appearing in search engines. Pages crawled 62, 57 are successful, 2 were redirected, 0 were broken, 3 were blocked. I'm not going to expand on these to see all the pages or see all the SEO issues. I'm just going through the whole audit. Desktop load time is good. Desktop interactivity is great, and visual stability is great. And is that all I'm gonna get? Will we do the keyword search? Actually, let's look at traffic estimation. I wanted to overview the traffic. I don't know, it doesn't show anything hardly. So I don't really know. Nah, it doesn't show anything about his traffic. Top by page. It doesn't show any, there's no data. What if I choose a page where I know people are already at? If he has purchases, if it's a real store. Or if this just isn't tracking it. We had these purchases, these 6 purchases. I'm gonna put this page there. It might not work at all. Let's see. I don't know. Will it do the whole thing? No, it won't. Yeah. So I don't really know. I don't really know. It's kind of hard to find too much about this guy's shop. He's just using domain authority and domain ranking services. Maybe it's not tracking, but I mean, he's getting sales somehow. Or at least he's getting reviews. But yeah. So I don't think I have too much more to really say about that. Just shipping and looking at his website. It doesn't show a lot about what's going on with his shipping problems, but it does sound like at least some people are complaining, and if he's been notified by 3 people and he's making that much money, that's definitely a big hit, especially if some of the items are super high priced. If he's shipping these out of China with these prices, he's making a pretty big profit, and if people are paying shipping out of pocket, he's making a pretty big profit. Like on a low ticket item, he's probably profiting like $10 or so, and on high ticket items, probably a few $100s, probably like $300 or so off of his most expensive product, I'm guessing. So even if he was only profiting $10 items, he must be selling enough of them. I don't know though. I don't know. I don't really know what else to say. But his reviews do kind of reflect what he's saying. I didn't see those specific reviews that he screenshotted to send to me. I don't think I need to really look through it. If I look through the contact information, yeah, I don't really know. I feel like the questions he's asking are pretty basic though, but I don't know. But it looks like he got people all over the world purchasing, unless he paid for advertising or paid for reviews, which if you're gonna pay for reviews, I don't think you're gonna pay for bad reviews. So I doubt he paid. He has a subscription to get email offers. Takes major credit cards. I don't know. Does it say anything about the shipping? No, it doesn't. He could put the shipping information in there. But, yeah, I wonder what he's using for shipping. That's got to be the problem, because I can't imagine shipping out of LA and having things arriving weeks to months late. It's got to be some other shipping fulfillment method where he's not going in on his own, or if he's checking something where there's some kind of customs issues. If he's shipping internationally or something like that, that might be an issue. Then he might not be able to do anything about that. But yeah, so that's the episode for now. Hopefully you guys like this review. I like reviewing sites, or auditing them. I went through the audit with this site and kind of went through his main question, my response to him. I don't think I'm really expecting people to send me questions. You can send questions if you want. I'm not checking all my emails every day. This actually was an email that came through one of my open online stores. It wasn't an email through this podcast. It was from another store owner who was contacting my other store and asking questions. But I'm like, whatever. I can talk about that. I don't think that is a big deal. If somebody's asking, I'm going to try to answer. But I do have a feeling they're using some kind of shipping where there's some dropship type thing involved. And right now is not really ideal for drop shipping. I mean, if you're going to do it, make sure, I don't know, the best way to do it is use American companies. It's going to cost more, but it's faster. Is there more? That might be all. Yeah, that might be all. But I've got some other questions to look at, so I'm gonna try to do what I can to post. Let me post this one right now. Let me just prep the. I'm literally gonna prepare the Spotify new episode so that I can actually post it right when I start saving. Okay, well I have to actually send myself the file. Alright, that's it for now. Thanks for listening.